had a crush on this woman forever. You know, I remember way back, and decided this is the woman I wanted to marry. You know, so what I decided to do is I was going to take her to a baseball game and like pay a pilot to fly over the stadium with a banner behind it that said, "Will you marry me?" So anyway, we go to this baseball game, and during like the seventh inning stretch, I tap her on the shoulder and point up at the plane with a banner behind saying, "Will you marry me?" And anyway, to make a long story short, her and this pilot have been married like 10 years now, have like 5 kids. It didn't exactly work out the way I had planned it. I dated this woman for a long time. I had a crush on her. I had a big crush on her, and I finally decided this is the woman I wanted to marry. So what I decided to do in order to propose to her, I was going to take her to a baseball game and then pay this pilot to fly over the stadium with a banner behind the plane that says, "Will you marry me?" So anyway, we're at this baseball game. It's like the 7th inning stretch, and I tap her on the shoulder, and I point up at this plane flying over the stadium with a banner behind it that says, "Will you marry me?" And anyway, to make a long story short, her and this pilot have been married for like 10 years and have like 3 children. And didn't actually work out the way I intended it to. Neither did that joke. Alright. I used to have a crush on this girl for years, all through high school, college, and finally decided this is the one I was going to ask to, for her hand in marriage that I was going to propose to. What I decided to do, though, was I decided I was going to propose to her, take her to a baseball game and pay a guy to fly a biplane over the stadium with a big banner behind it, a big sign that says, "Will you marry me?" So anyway, we're at the baseball game, and it's like during the 7th inning stretch, I tap her on the shoulder and I point up at the plane flying over with the banner behind it that says, "Will you marry me?" Anyway, to make a long story short, her and this pilot have been married like 10 years now. Have a couple kids. So it didn't work out like I had planned.